Welcome to Bimbo Call, hosted by me, lowrirose. I wanted to make a solo podcast for so long because I just have this magical ability to yap to myself 24 hours a day. So I thought, what's better than putting it in a little podcast? Yeah, I'm excited. So this podcast is about brain rot, female domination, Bimbo's taking over the world, and advice from a baddie who's suffered, story times, pop culture, all of that fun stuff. So I'm really excited. I have actually been putting off doing this because I just felt like no one would care, and also I'm just constantly ill, and today I still feel ill, but like what can you do? A baddie needs to put herself out there. I need to stop rotting and just isolating myself and just be free and let the world know who she is. I'm actually really excited for this channel. Yeah, I'll be posting once a week and I hope you tune in. I do want this podcast to be quite interactive, so I am gonna have an advice email. So if you would like to send in I'm like your agony aunts, like I just want to hear all your problems, like send some things. What am I saying? Oh my god, this podcast is going to be a struggle. Just like if you have like questions or if you want some advice on anything, then you can send it here to this email. And yeah, it'll just be like life advice from a dumb basically. So if you want very biased advice, send your advice here. I'd like to think I give good advice. I like to think I have some crazy life experience under my belt, so I need to remember to mew. Sometimes I watch like my streams back and I'm like, why do you have 10 chins? Like, okay, so let's get to know me before we get into this first episode. So my name is Lowry, pronounced Lowry. A lot of people say Lowry. It's not Larry, okay? My name is Lowry. I am an ex-Christian turned mega hottie. I'm mental illness, house down boots. I'm a bimbo with a purpose. You know, like she's a little bit ditzy, but she's kind of a little bit smart at the same time. I'm a dancer, singer, model, influencer of the world. Not really, but we gotta manifest those delusional vibes. I love Trisha Paytas. I love everything pink. So yeah, that's just like kind of my vibe. If you're about that vibe, then you will enjoy me yapping at you for an hour a week. This episode is going to be about the 10 commandments of being an it girl, being that girl, being a hot girl, being a baddie. These are like my 10 rules of being a baddie, basically. So I'm going to share this like little bit of life advice with you. Things that I've learned over the years, things that I have suffered, and I feel would be helpful to the girls and gays out there who maybe suffering right now. This outfit's literally from TikTok shop. Not the top, but like, look at her. Sorry, do I have a BBL now? Is this a BBL? Stop with the BBL accusations, guys. I wish I had a BBL, but she's just natural. She goes to the gym. She works out. She is a fitness queen. Honestly, my ass used to be so flat, so what we're working with right now is a miracle. She's not massive, but she's there, she's present, she's in the room, so we appreciate that. Okay, commandment number 1 of being a hottie, an it girl, a gorgeous, gorgeous girl, is you keep your intelligence your best kept secret. Okay, I like people to think that I'm stupid. I like people to think I'm a bimbo. I like people to think that I'm a dumb blonde, and I totally... Oh my god, me sharing my biggest secret. People are going to watch this and be like, huh? I like people to think I'm dumb. And that's because I feel like when people think you're dumb, they underestimate you and they don't know like your full potential. Number 1, more people will help you with things. I'm like, oh no, I don't know how to work this thing. And then someone's like, I will help you. I will do it for you. When? I like when people want to help me. Is that a kink? Is that a fetish? I don't know. But yeah, and then people will like constantly underestimate you. So when you're like serving intelligence or like serving a moment, everyone will look at you and be like, whoa, she is the smartest person here. And I kind of eat that up. Yeah, I mean, people love when I serve a random intelligent moment. And I'm like, guys, I actually do have a big brain. It's just... cakes and plastic surgery and £10 of makeup. Like, I think the craziest thing about me is that, like, I did actually go to law school and, like, I do have A levels in, like, history, English, law. Like, I'm a smart girl. I'm a very smart girl. And I love, like, current affairs. I love, like, politics. Like, I love debate. I love listening to debate, and people never expect that from me. So when I randomly whip out like facts, or I hold myself very well in conversations, like people are always shook. But that's because they assume that I'm dumb, and I just play into that, and I allow them to think that, because sometimes being dumb is like your own superpower and your best asset, and you should really use that in your favor. So people think you're dumb, don't fight to make them think differently. Allow them to think that you are dumb, and then when you're popping off in intelligence, allow them to be 10 times more amazed. And yeah, I used to get really upset that people would think that I was dumb, or people think that I was just like stupid, and it used to make me cry, and I would be around people and they would just make me feel like I was stupid in conversations, and like I was always the butt of the joke. And yeah, it used to like genuinely upset me, but now it never upsets me anymore, because I'm like, I'm glad that you think that I'm a stupid bitch, because I am literally not a stupid bitch. And yeah, just don't hang out with people that put you down like that, number one. That is another commandment that we will get into very soon. But yeah, just allow them to think that. Allow people to think you're dumb and surprise them when you're a smart. Period. The next commandment is do not date bum men. And I really mean this, the most emphasis on this point. Do not date bum ass men, okay? This one is serious. This one is serious. Are you listening, girls? Are your ears tuned in? How you view yourself represents like the men you date. So this is a crazy point, and it took me so long to learn this. But if you think low of yourself, you will date men that treat you bad. Okay? Oh my god, when I realized this literally shook me to my core, and I never dated a bum ass man again. But I used to always date like the worst guys you've ever met in your entire life. And I was like, why does this keep happening? Like, why do I keep dating these guys? And it was because I was like seeking out these men because I didn't think I deserved any better, subconsciously. So once I like figured that out, I was able to then change my type. So if you hate yourself, it will show and it will manifest in the people that you date. Okay, if you don't think you're pretty, if you don't think you're smart, if you don't think you're confident, if you don't think you have worth, then that will manifest in the people you date, because those people will gravitate towards you. They can smell it off you, I swear. Like, I swear these people would like seek me out to date me, but it's because they just knew. They knew that I had low self-esteem, and they would prey on that, and it was easy for them to make like worm their way in, all these narcissistic people, and just take advantage of that. Realize that. Also, like, when this comes to men, also I am a bisexual diva. Hello, LGBT. I feel like the relationships I've had with men and women are very different, but I've still like somehow always gravitated towards very narcissistic people who are like very abusive. Meow, 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 meow. That was because I literally had like no self-esteem, and like I didn't see like value in myself. So yeah, just remember that also, like, people, you may be attracted to them for the wrong reasons. Like, really think about, like, why I'm attracted to that person. And if they have a type, like, figure out, like, what all of these people have in common. And if it's that they're, like, narcissistic, they're mean, they're full of themselves, they have a big ego, like, they put you down, even if it's subtly, like, realize that very soon and, like, get rid of that person. That is not someone you want in your life. When you are a baddie, okay? When you are a bad, people will want to knock you down a peg, whether that's friends, whether that's your partner, even family. Like, they will feel so intimidated that you are a baddie. So you need to know that you're a baddie. You can't be putting yourself down. Stop speaking to yourself like you're a piece of shit, and realize that you are hot, because everyone else sees it. Everyone else knows it around you, okay? So they're going to want to knock you down a peg. They're going to want to take you down onto their level which would always happen to me. And I was like, why are these people so like actually mean to me? And they're just projecting. They're projecting how they feel about themselves on you. So girl, protect your energy, okay? You know who you are, and realize that, and stop dating people that put you down, because you'll start to think that you are these things. When people are mean to you and they're calling you X, Y, and Z, you will actually start to believe it. So realize your worth, realize who you are, okay? I wish I'd done this sooner, because I always thought I was like pretty. Like, I never thought I was an ugly person. Don't get me wrong, I'm very critical of my appearance, and I'm like still very mean to myself. But like, I know that, you know, people think I'm attractive. It's just how people react to you. Like, take note of that and just protect that energy. Like, don't let people come in and make you feel less than you are. And even if you don't feel like you are an attractive person, like, work within yourself to like find that confidence and find that love for yourself. We only have one life, and like, you should appreciate the skin that you're in, because you know, you have two legs that help you walk, like you have eyes that help you see. Like, some people don't even have the privilege of having those things. So just feel confident with what you've got, which is so rich coming from me. I have fake boobs, fake nose, fake lips, fake everything diva. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like my opinions changed over the years about these things, and I'm like learning to like love my imperfections, because if I had money I would totally get like 10 more surgeries. But also, I don't think I would now, but I think like old me would have, and I would always find a reason to get something else done, because we're always looking at ourselves with like such a little microscope, and we're our own biggest haters. But we need to like really learn to love ourselves as we are, okay? I say whilst mewing. Okay, the next point, and some of these points do like overlap, so I might repeat myself a little bit, but show up confident. Show up to every room with full confidence, okay? Even if that offends or bothers people, be who you are. When I was younger, I always felt like I needed to put myself in a box, and I felt like I needed to minimize myself and like not like certain things just to fit in with people. I had really weird fashion sense in school, and I would get picked on so much for like the shoes I wore, or like whatever it was I was doing. Like, I remember when I moved schools when I was about like 13 or 14, and I literally had like green dip dyed hair, and like people thought that was strange, and I used to wear like platform creepers before they were even like a thing, because I don't I don't even know. I was just a little bit emo like that. But that was who I was, and I liked that about myself. And this school I went to was filled with like literal like beach surfer Hollister ass divas, and I was just not that girl, and I just stuck out so much. And people would pick on me for it. Like, people were mean to me for it. And as I got older, like, people still picked on me for being different. Like, if people always found a reason to like hate on my looks, but it's because like I liked what I wore. I didn't want to fit in with these people, and I wanted to be different. Like, I am a very different person. Like, I'm literally this bimbo ass, big titties, blonde girl with like covered in tattoos. Like, visually I make no sense. I feel like I confuse people. I'm very outlandish with my outfits, and you know, sometimes I do feel insecure when I go out and I'm like walking in the street and I know people are staring at me, and you know, I know my outfit's cute and I love what I'm wearing, but I know other people are staring and they're either like hating or loving. But I don't care, because that's who I am. If I want to go to Tesco's in literally juicy couture tracksuits, hair down to the ass gods, makeup, I will do that. If I want to wear heels to a literal casual event and like a fluffy coat and fluffy matching hat, I will do that, because that is who I am, and that is who you are too, you know? Like, if you're someone that feels really different and you like different things, who gives a flying like those things and show up confident wearing those things. The people hating are the ones that aren't doing what they want to do like on the inside. I just think like the people who like appreciate you for who you are the ones that are okay with themselves, and the ones that are hating would never be on your level to show up like that anyway. So just remember that, because you know, I think people have always admired my confidence, but I don't think I have like full confidence. I think that there's so many times where I don't feel confident, but I always show up with confidence. I always show up like I am that bitch, and I show up like I'm confident with what I'm doing. So yeah, I think that's really important. Like, never minimize yourself, and never like don't Oh my god, my dog is snoring so much. Poog! Wakey, wakey! I've just always done it regardless, and it's not always because of confidence, it's because of, like, fake confidence. But you gotta fake it till you make it, so show up with confidence. Be confident in who you are. If you like things, you like those things, and, you know, I think a lot of people, like, have things so skewed. Like, they think, like, oh, when I'm old, I'm gonna regret all the things that I did. No one old on their deathbed regrets what they did. They regret what they didn't do. And that is facts. If you listen to videos of, like, old people talking about their lives, they always say, oh, I wish I'd done this and I wish I'd done that. I wish I'd worn those mini skirts. Like, no one is ever thinking, like, oh my god, I wish I hadn't F that person and not worn that tiny belt of a skirt. No one's thinking that. They genuinely aren't. It's such small things, so you should always show up and show up as you, okay? Be yourself and be proud of that. Okay, my 4th commandment. I feel like I'm whizzing through these so fast. Am I speaking fast? Maybe I should take a water break. ASMR. Also, guys, the fan of my computer is so loud. So I do have another microphone. It's literally still in the box. This is so me. This has been like this for a year. I'm not even kidding. It's still like this because I think you need, like, another attachment. I can't just plug it into my computer. And I literally just never bought it. So I have, like, this bougie-ass microphone that would be perfect for this podcast. But I literally, it's covered in dog hair. I haven't even taken it out the... that noise. Taking out the box. Look at this. Look at her. This would be way better. And I think it would cut out the fan sound. Ew. Stop. But I literally just haven't taken out the box, so that is on my to-do list. I will do that at some point, and the sound will be better on these podcast episodes. So sorry if that's annoying if you can hear the fan, because I know you can hear it on the playback. So apologies for that. Apologies for my sensitive ear girlies. I didn't even take a sip of water. Another thing about me is I totally think that I have undiagnosed ADHD. I do, like, go off on 10,000 tangents, but that's why I thought this podcast would be good, because I don't stop talking, like, and my brain will just go from, like, 10 points to another 10 points, and none of them will be coherent, so yeah, love that for me. Lip gloss break. I also keep staring at myself in, like, the viewfinder, because why wouldn't I? Look at her. Stunning. I say this, I always feel ugly. I'm, like, preaching about loving yourself whilst hating on myself so much. But these are stuff that I tell myself, so just, it doesn't matter if I listen or don't listen, I still actively tell myself these things, and they do help, so if it can help someone else, then we want to help the gorgeous girls. Okay, the next point is measure where you should place your trust. This is a huge lesson that I learned over the years, and I feel like I've definitely been, you know, practicing this a lot more recently, but just don't trust people easily, and that doesn't mean being, like, closed off to connections with people or, like, new friendships and stuff, but just remember, like, especially when you're a baddie, like, people want to see your downfall, and even if they think they don't, they do. I'll tell you now, they do. A lot of people are secret haters on you, which I never understand, because I don't feel like I am a secret hater on anyone. Like, don't get me wrong, people annoy me, but I'm, like, very obvious about that. You know, people either like me or they don't, and it's because I am very honest and, like, you know, but I am very nice to most people. And I feel like a lot of people aren't like that, and you have to learn that, especially, like, when you're someone who shows up confident, when you're someone who is a baddie. Like, people will try and tear you down. Be careful where you place your trust, especially when it's someone you don't really know. Something that's really important is, like, don't gossip. Like, do not gossip. Do not gossip to people you don't know, especially. Like, if people are engaging in, like, nasty, bitchy behavior, like, do not contribute to that conversation. If anything, like, try and shut that conversation down, or just, like, steer the conversation elsewhere. Like, if I'm speaking to someone and they're talking negatively about someone else, I often steer the conversation and talk about something to do with them, And that is because, one, people love talking about themselves, and two, because I don't want to talk about that. And I know if I steer the conversation about that person, they will want to talk about themselves. So that's a really like good tactic to use when you feel uncomfortable. But don't just like pile on, or it can be easy to like pile on if you feel uncomfortable and you're like, I don't know why we're talking about this, so I'm just gonna, engage with the conversation to make it less awkward. But don't do this. Like, don't talk negatively about people. If you have like a best friend that is your best friend, ride or die, like, don't get me wrong, like, I can definitely say negative things. Like, I'm not an angel over here, and I'm not even trying to pretend to be one. If you're speaking to people and you don't know them very well, like, do not engage in these conversations. Like, really be careful who you trust. One, because they will just tell other people that you're talking negatively about other people, and you don't really want to have that reputation. And two, because I just feel like when you talk negatively and just have a negative mindset about people, it just comes back on you. Like, I just think negativity breeds negativity. So if you're talking negatively about someone, other people are talking negatively about you. Like, set that boundary with people that, that's not something I engage in. And people hopefully won't do that about you too. I'm sure many people talk very negatively about me, but I have nothing bad to say about you, hun. I don't even think anything bad about you, let alone say it. So yeah, I just think like try and see the positive in people, and don't just like jump on and talk negatively about someone, because once again, like, some of these people are just who they are. Like, I actually love difficult people, and it's because I just think they're really interesting. Like, if there's someone that I think is just like so difficult to be around, and they're just like very intense, I kind of rate that about someone so much. That's what I like about working with different people as well, because over the years I've like worked with different people in like different settings, and I always find the person that like really rubs people the wrong way and annoys the out of everyone, I just can't help it stand. Don't get me wrong, they probably annoy me a bit too, but I can't help it stand it, because I'm like, I just think they're showing up confident and they're being who they are. And a lot of people are really sly. If you're able to just be yourself and piss everyone off, hats off to you. You do that. You do that, honestly. As long as you're not hurting anyone, I'm like, you be that annoying person that doesn't shut up. You be that person who annoys people with things that you do. I don't know. I just think it's just one of those things. Don't share too much about your life with people that aren't your closest friends, because once again, like, people are secret haters. So if you're like oversharing about your problems, or like just about things going on in your life, whether it's like positive or negative, some people will just like latch onto that. So they're like thriving on your like downfall. They're like hating on your success. So like, be careful with like things that you share. Like, me personally, like, I love talking to people. I love being open, but I know that there is a limit, and I know I'm careful with my words, because I don't want people to revel in my downfalls or my successes, because people low-key hate on you. So, share your successes with your friends. Share things with like people that actually care about you, because the people that don't care about you, like, these are things that annoy them, and these are things that like internally trigger them, because they hate to see you doing better than them. So just be careful with what you say. I think that is like really important. Especially when you're gorgeous, especially when you're a baddie, especially when you're that girl, especially when you're confident. Like, make sure you are careful with the things that you say, and don't be an oversharer. That is something you need to learn. The gossip goes around, okay? Okay, the next thing I put on my 10 slay commandments is self-care. Okay, this, I can't even speak. This is for all my depressed girlies out there, partly, to be honest. I'm one of those girlies. I am someone who has had depression since I was around 12, I think, or 13. Diagnosed, by the way. She's a diagnosed girl. I have suffered with mental health problems my whole life, and self-care is so important. There are so many things you can do to like get yourself out of that rut, and like get yourself out of the rotting era. I rot so bad. Like, that is something I do so bad. I rotted all of last week, and I know that that is so negative for me. So you need to have those healthy habits. Like, if you're depressed, the most important thing you can do for yourself is attempt to make a healthy habit. And that can be like literally doing one thing that's good for you a day, or like I like write lists of things that like need to get done in a day, and even if I don't do them, they can be such small things. Like, don't go like too hard because you will not follow that, but like just like write a list of things that you know that you can follow that will like create healthy habits. Like, today I'm gonna make my bed, and you can tick it off and you've done that and you feel like achieved. Or like, today I'm gonna make sure I cook lunch and I cook dinner and I wash up. Like, things like that are really important. But if you're like able and capable to, then here are some things that I've written that like will make you feel good. Do your damn skincare. There's nothing that makes me feel worse than when my skin is bad. I have very acne prone skin. I have terrible skin. I've always had terrible skin since I was like a very young teenager. So I have to take care of my skin. And for me, like, I found a bad habit of mine was buying micellar water or like makeup wipes, because then I wouldn't wash my face and I would just like take my makeup off in bed. And micellar water and makeup wipes do not take off your makeup. So sorry if you can hear my dog snoring, by the way. She is a nap queen down there. She's just a poog. But yeah, they were like negative habits for me. So now I do not buy those things, and I always have like a flannel, and I use CeraVe, what's it called, cleanser. I use CeraVe cleanser, and it takes off all of your makeup. So I literally just like rinse my face, and then I put the CeraVe stuff on, and then I wash it with the cloth, and that takes off all my makeup and also cleanses all my skin. I have no makeup on my face, nothing in my pores. And then because I'm already in the bathroom, I want to moisturize then, and I want to do my toner, and I want to do all these things. So that is a habit of mine, that even if I feel exhausted, even if I feel sad, I always do that, because I know that if I feel exhausted or sad, the next day if I've like broken out, I'm gonna feel 10 times worse. So make sure you do your skincare. Take hot baths. If you're a bath girly, take time to have a hot bath. I had a hot bath today at like 2 p.m. I'm living the dream, guys. Take that bath. Have that hot shower. Like, honestly, you will feel so much better after you've like taken the time to bathe. Like, go and buy some bath bombs. Like, go and buy some cute bath things. I love having a bath. I feel so relaxed. I feel so clean afterwards. When I used to be really depressed, I used to really struggle to wash and like brush my teeth. But like showering was really difficult for me. So like now I always make sure that I have a shower. Like, no matter what, I have a shower every single day, because I know that I feel worse if I don't shower. So even if I feel like absolute dog shit, I want to rot all day, I will still wash my face, and I will still shower, and I will still brush my teeth. And those are habits, like, even if you feel the worst, you need to do, because you will not feel better unless you do those things. Coming from a very, very depressed girly, okay? If I can do it, you can do it. I believe in you. Even if it's just writing a list, and the list of the day is literally shower, brush your teeth, do skincare, do those things, because trust me, you will feel so much better from doing just those 3 things. Next is have a reset self-care day. Don't feel bad for like taking time off. Like, all of last week I felt really burnt out. I've been like switching between jobs. I like left my old job, started a new job. I had really severe anxiety because I'm a very anxious person, and starting a new job and meeting new people is like very stressful for me. So I was getting like a really bad tummy. I was like not feeling very well. I was actually a wreck, like my boyfriend will vouch. I like couldn't breathe. All of last week, because I had such bad burnout, and I had like other things going on in the background as well that was stressing me out, I had to like have a reset week, which I wouldn't normally do. But I actually couldn't do anything, and I'd like run myself into the ground with illness because of just how much I've been doing for so long. So I just like took that time, and even yesterday I like went and got my nails done, I got my toes done, I went shopping. Like, I just had a cute little reset day. So today I feel more capable to like jump back into things and like get things done. But you need to take a break. Like, my God, if you're not taking a break, you are not gonna recover and like be ready for the next week. So make sure you are taking a break. I think I read something that said like, if you don't take breaks when you can, your body will take them for you when it's like inconvenient. And that really stuck with me, because I was like, that is actually so true. Like, you cannot run yourself into the ground and then expect yourself to keep going. Your body will just like stop. So make sure you are taking breaks, and make sure you are like resetting, and that means like, tidying up. I am such a messy bitch, I won't lie. And I used to really struggle with like being messy, and I like didn't care enough about myself to live in a clean space. Like, it was, when I look back, it was like the worst time of my life. Like, I just like didn't love myself enough to like make sure my bed was made, to make sure my clothes were washed, like to vacuum every single day. And I feel so sad for that person now, because even like my messy now is not the messy that I used to be. So like now my messy is like leaving some clothes on the floor for like a few days, or like see, I'm struggling to think, and that's like a good thing. I don't know, like not cleaning the bathroom for like a week. Like for me, that is my messy now. Or like leaving the dishes for like an hour or two. That is me being messy now, and that is a big thing for me. And these are still habits I want to eliminate and I want to have good structure with, but you know, you have to keep your space tidy, and you need to love yourself enough to want to do that. So I think something that would probably help with like keeping your space tidy is like if you invite someone over like once every week or 2 weeks, you will feel the need to tidy because you don't want someone to come over and it's like a mess. So that is something you could probably do, but I don't know, just take your time, but like try and like implement healthy habits, like making sure after you've cooked you wash up straight away, like don't just leave it. And yeah, I just think like you feel so much better in yourself when your space is tidy. Like I feel so sad when my space is messy, so make sure you just keep your space clean. That will help so much if you're capable to, you know. We're all on our own journey, we're all on our own path, and we learn things at different times in life. So don't feel like a failure if you're not doing things in the time that you feel like you should, because trust me, I'm 25 and I feel like this is the only time in my life where I feel like I've had any mental health or like even any support. Like this is the first time in my life I feel like I have support around me, and I feel like I love myself enough to like do things for myself. So yeah, it takes a long time, and like 25 is still very young. I'm lucky that I have learned all these things at this age, but like some people don't learn that their whole lives, or like some people just take very long and they learn it very young. Everyone's on their own path, so like don't feel like in a rush to like be perfect, because you don't need to be perfect. Like we're all doing our own thing. Also like buy cozy. What was that noise? My cat actually stresses me out so much because I always think there's like sorry, who is this lady in the bag? Who is this Bob in the bag? We're not even acknowledging that. Let's pretend that never happened. I always think there's like an intruder in my house because my cat is just destroying the place downstairs. And I always think someone's downstairs, but it's not. It's just my cat. Okay, buy cozy PJs and loungewear, but don't get into a habit of wearing them in the day. So buy yourself some really cute PJs, or like you can buy them on a budget. Like you can buy them from like Primark. But just buy something like comfortable that you feel cozy in, because there's nothing better than having like really nice loungewear. But also don't get into a habit of like wearing it every single day, because like I feel like a slob if I wear my pajamas all the time, or if I'm like wearing loungewear all the time. She says in loungewear, right? I mean, does this count as loungewear? I'm kind of giving, who knows? Wear a cute outfit, like honestly, like take the time to like put on a cute outfit, because even if you're not going anywhere, honey, you're in your house, like, you know, like just dress up sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that. Like who cares if you're not going anywhere? Like do a full face of makeup, like do some cute hairstyle, wear cute clothes, you know, do it for you. Like you can do things for yourself and you don't need to like even show them to anyone. So you can take a cute selfie, you know, just do things for yourself. Get cute robes, get cute slippers. Once again, I have like cute Victoria's Secret robes. I literally live in slippers. I love wearing slippers. So buy stuff that is cute that you like and makes you feel happy. Get your nails done. Oh my god. If you can afford to, get your nails done. My boyfriend pays for my nails, so I'm very lucky in that respect. I remember when I went back to working, like I've gone from like making a lot of money to like working a minimum wage job, and that was the most humbling experience in the last year. Like just working yourself so hard and just seeing that paycheck and it being so small, which by the way I've done, you know, most of my working life. And I went through like, you know, 2 or 3 years of making a lot of money, and I wasn't never used to that. I'd never done that before. But I gave that all up and I went back to working a literal minimum wage job, and I couldn't afford to get nails done for like the first few months, you know, just adjusting. And my boyfriend would always pay for my nails, and he still does. He still does that. So shout out to Ethan. He is an actual angel. You know, sometimes we can't afford to do that, but like, you know, if you can, like, go and get things done for yourself, because they're not a waste of money, because it's literally for you. Like, I feel gorgeous with my nails done. So, or even nail polish, like buy some nail polish and paint your own nails. You can buy like gel nail polish from Boots, but I will do my own toes all the time, and I've learned how to just do a French on my toe, and I'm pretty good at it, and it's gel, so it like lasts, it doesn't crack or anything. And that's if I can't afford to get my toes done, I will just do them myself, and it's so cheap. You just buy a nude, and you just buy, we don't even need to buy a nude, I don't think, or maybe you should, maybe our toes are kind of an ugly color, and you buy a white polish and just a top coat, and it will last for like a month. So yeah, if you can do it on a budget, buy nice perfumes and body spray. Like, you can get cheap body spray and it still smells good, but I love smelling good. I wear body spray and perfume in the house. I wear it to sleep. I wear it to go out and go to Tesco. Like, literally, I just love feeling nice. So, and one thing is smelling nice. So my favorite spray actually is a Victoria's Secret spray that I swear is literally like under £10. I think, don't quote me, I don't remember the prices of anything, but it is literally my favorite scent. I have literally like Chanel perfume, Dior perfume, really bougie expensive perfume, but my favorite smell is this like cheap ass vanilla body spray that I have, and I will live and bathe in that spray. So, you know, it doesn't need to be expensive, but just make sure you're taking the time to like smell good. You want to look good, smell good, do things for yourself that make you feel nice. So yeah, that was quite a long segment on like nothing. This cold is actually pissing me off. I literally just got better last week and now I feel ill again. I swear it's Ethan. Ethan works in a hospital and I worked in a bar, and I just felt like I could not get well for like 2 or 3 months. And I still can't get well, but here we are. Why am I so ill? Like, what is wrong with me? Even a baddie must have her struggles. My next commandment is buy the cute clothes and be a materialistic. Okay, don't let people think that you are wasting your money on things that make you happy. Like, if that makes you happy, you spend your money on that. Like, you could literally die. Sorry to be morbid, but you could literally die at any point. So people are saying like, oh, you need to do this with your money and you need to do that. No, you don't. You can do whatever you want. Like, don't put yourself in a financially bad situation. Like, don't take out loans or credit cards to like pay for materialistic things. But if some people want to spend their money on holidays, some people want to spend their money on saving for a house, some people want to buy cute clothes, okay? Some people being me. So if you want to do that, then you should do that because it's your money. So who actually cares? Don't care what others think. Buy that cute bag, okay? I'm an enabler. You should buy the cute clothes. I feel so cute when I have like a new outfit. Like, I'm so bad for that. And I always like donate my old clothes. I'm always like getting rid of my clothes, and I just either donate it or I put it in my Vinted, but I actually have never sold anything in my Vinted. So here's a plug for my Vinted if you want to buy something from there. Yeah, I do donate my clothes like frequently to charity shops. You know, it's not all that bad. It's not like I'm throwing them in the bin. So you just buy those clothes. You do that. I tell you, that's fine. Okay. I feel like people used to like make me feel like bad for like how I'd spend my money, but like I just like eating at nice restaurants and buying nice clothes, and like I don't really care if I buy a house. Maybe that will change and maybe I'll regret buying all the cute clothes and eating all the food. But me right now, I'm like happy, I'm content. You know, I like renting, I like where I live, I like my life. I'm happy with my life. So who cares? My next point is support girls. Support girls. Girls are not your enemy. If you're a girl watching this and you tend to be like very jealous, like this is for you. You are not in competition with anyone else. I always find it so weird when girls like compete with me almost, and men have also done this too actually. Like, men will also think we're in competition, but you are not in competition with anyone else. Like, no one is your enemy. You are doing your own thing. Like, you are running your own race, and like no one else should come into the equation. Also, like, men, just as like a psychological aspect of this, like if you think that hating on other girls will like make guys like you more, it doesn't. Men don't even think that's cute. Men think that's weird. You know, a man doesn't like a woman who's like being, well, actually, maybe they do. But I think on the most part, like a man doesn't like to be with a woman who's like crazy jealous and like hates every woman, and it's just like not fun for anyone involved, and all it says is like you are insecure. And I think if you're someone who's like prone to jealousy and like hating on other people, like you need to look internally and think, why do I feel this way? And then you'll slowly realize it's because of you, girl. I never get jealous of other girls. I feel like I probably have in the past, but I just don't think I'm in competition with anyone. Like, I'm doing my own thing, and I don't know, I just don't feel like jealous of what other people have, or like of how other people look. And I know it's like rich because, you know, I am conventionally pretty, and I do know that. I am aware of how I look. Like, I don't want to be like, I just don't get it. But I think there's so many like conventionally pretty girls that act that way, and they act as if they are everyone's biggest hater, and like they're in competition with everyone, and they're just not. Or they're just like weird when it comes to like guys, or I don't know. But like, I think when women support other women, like, we are just our best selves. Like, I think being surrounded by like positive women is like the best feeling, and I think uplifting another woman is like nice. So nice. Uplifting other women just feels empowering. So like, remember who the enemy is here, okay? And it's mostly men. Not that I'm the biggest man hater in the world. I might be a little bit, but yeah, women are not your biggest enemy. And don't get me wrong, some girls are mean and some girls are evil, but like, kill them with kindness. Like, don't just resort to like being a them because they're being a to you. Like, honestly, no, you know what, now that I think about it, I have definitely been that person in the past that like will just act like a fucking bitch. Like, I would have been a, and it just never gets you anywhere. It just makes you look like a, people just don't think of you in a nice way. And I think the best thing you can be in this world is like nice and kind, which is actually my next point, and I feel like it is the same point, but I'm just gonna like get into the next point. Is another commandment of mine is be kind. Oh my god, life is too short to be a cow. I'm sorry, but it's just not that serious. Nothing is that serious unless it is, then okay. But being a hater is ugly behavior. Like, you could be the baddest bitch, but if you're a mean girl, I think you're ugly. I think you're clapped. I think that you are not a nice person. So I don't think outside you're a nice person either. I've always thought this, like, girls who are like proper nasty girls, like, I just think you radiate ugliness, and I really mean that. So there is just no point. I think it like manifests like outwardly when you are a nasty person. So be kind to everyone. Like, you do not know what kind of day someone is having. So like, why are you being, like, just be a nice person. Don't get me wrong, like, I have days where I'm like very overstimulated and I feel like I'm very short with people, but I'm not mean to them. And I feel like some people can be so mean. And I just think, like, you have a sad life, Jane. You are a sad, sad girl if you are being mean to other people. It's so counterproductive. I just think it reflects on you, like, tenfold when you are a nasty person. Just approach like hostility with kindness. Like, approach people who are difficult with kindness. And like, I feel like sometimes people change because they need someone to be nice to them. Not to get like really, well, actually this whole thing is deep. I was like, not to get deep, but this whole thing is actually so deep. Also, I feel like I need to cross my legs, but also the dogs are out right now, so, oh, you can't see them, the dogs are hidden. But what was I even saying? Just be nice. I think that's the best thing you can be in this world, is be nice. And I think like, when you're, my brain cell just left my brain. I think the world is just filled with so much negativity, like in real life and online, and I hate that. I think so many people are like actually not nice people. So if you can be that one nice person that like sticks with someone for the day, then I think that's like such an accomplishment. So props to you. Be that person, be that kind person, and like, yeah. Anyway, take care of your body. I kind of like touched on this earlier as well, but like, when I say this, I mean like, treat your body like it's a temple. In the past, I have had such negative behavior that actually made me very unwell. So like I used to drink a lot, I used to binge eat a lot, I used to do a lot of drugs. And by the way, I've always been like very open about that. So for me, like I remember I made a video on this channel. I've like privated my videos now, but I made a video on this channel saying that, you know, just like my past with like drugs and like, you know, negative behavior and alcoholism. And I remember people like reached out after that video and they're like, you need to be careful what you're saying online because the internet is forever. Well, no, internet is forever. And I want to tell people about my struggles. Like, I am not a perfect person, and I feel like we often like pretend to be perfect people and we're not. I've had my fair share of struggles. I have not had an easy life. I've not had an easy childhood. I've not had an easy teenagerhood. I've had a very hard adulthood as well. So, you know, why am I just trauma dumping so hard right now? But I'm not a perfect person, so I have made many mistakes in my life, and I don't regret anything that I've done. I think regret is a very negative feeling, and I think you shouldn't regret anything. You should learn. You should always just learn and like become better. Never like revel in regret. I think that's so counterproductive. But I'm not a perfect person, and if I can share like even just a glimpse of my story with someone else and it helps them, I would rather do that than just pretend I'm a perfect person and like I haven't done anything wrong and I'm an angel. Honey, I'm not an angel. I think now I'm in my angel era. I'm just being a gorgeous girl who is a housewife and just being gorgeous and not chaotic. But I've not been that person at all, so I want to be like very open about that because that is who I am. Something I've learned is that you have to take care of your body because like you have one life, okay? And you don't want to spend that one life like making yourself sick in the head and like in your physical state as well. So like you should be eating clean. And oh my god, this is controversial. Like, no, people will hate on this, but like eating clean is so important. I used to be addicted to fast food, and I used to be addicted to sugar and like eating unhealthily. And I put on like I think like 3 or 4 stone a few years ago, like very fast because I was literally consuming, I don't even want to know how many calories I was consuming, but an unhealthy amount like every single day, and I just couldn't stop eating, and it was so addictive. And I was so sad and I was so depressed. And I think like long term, there are so many like problems with that behavior and like eating like that. I think like dieting, you should never diet. I think diet culture is toxic. It's like toxic on both ends. You shouldn't binge eat, you shouldn't eat fast food all the time and eat whatever you want, but you also shouldn't be dieting. You need to create a diet that is your diet that you stick to every single week, and that means having the fast food one meal of the week if that's what you choose to do. And that can mean going for drinks, but everything needs to be in moderation. Like, you need to nourish and fuel your body with like good food if you're able to. And yeah, like, I don't know, I feel like that's like hard to preach to for a lot of people because they won't want to hear it, which is fine. I wouldn't want to hear it a few years ago, but I think it's just really important that like you're fueling your body with like whole foods. And that doesn't mean calorie counting, that doesn't mean crash dieting. It means like actually like thinking about what you're putting into your body. Like, am I putting processed sugary foods into my body every single meal? That's probably not good for me. Like, I think like a lot of foods are there to like poison you. And I know that sounds insane, but like I do genuinely think that like a lot of foods make us sick. They can give us cancer, like they can give us a whole array of problems. And I think it's like really weird that like our current society like normalizes that. And that doesn't mean aiming towards being skinny and like aiming towards being the skinniest person ever. That is not what I mean. I mean you should be like actively taking care of like what you're putting into your body, because you should be looking at what you're eating. Like, do you even know what you eat? Do you even know what you put in your body? I know I sound like a crazy, like, spiritual hippie, but it is really true. And I wish that's something that I learned sooner, because my whole life I, like, suffered with either, like, under eating or overeating. But that was just unhealthy. And now I feel like I'm the healthiest I have ever been because I want to fuel my body and I want to put things in my body that are good for me and, like, makes me feel good, make me feel energized, like, yeah. Anyway, that was such tangent. Why do I feel like that's controversial? But the thing is, like, why is that controversial? Like, why is that a controversial thing to say? That, like, you need to, like, fuel your body and have, like, healthy eating habits. Like, healthy on both ends of the spectrum. Like, you should not be starving yourself. You should not be, like, calorie counting and, like, under eating. Like, you should be knowing how many calories you need to eat and, like, you know, nourishing yourself with like healthy foods. Like, I actually don't know how many calories are in my lunch that I eat every single day because I'm clearly neurospicy. I eat the same thing every day, and I have for years, and I love that. I love that. But I don't even know how many calories are in it, but I know what I'm eating. Like, I know that that food is good for me because it's all like, you know, vegetables and like healthy fats. And this is too much of a tangent, so I'm gonna just stop now. But I'm gonna shut the. Okay, next is like drinking water. I never used to drink any water, and I've actually fallen off drinking water recently, and I think that's why I feel like you need to be drinking water, because I used to like not drink anything or just drink tea, and that is not good for you either. Or just drink coffee or like drink sugary drinks. I went through a phase of drinking so many sugary drinks. Just because something says diet, like it's like zero sugar or like Diet Coke, doesn't mean it's good for you. So you need to get into a habit of drinking water. That is really important. Like you need water to live, girl. Like like what do you mean you're not drinking water? Like you probably look like a dried up prune. Like that is how I look when I don't drink water. I look dead. I look actually dead. Take me to the morgue. So drink water, exercise, and that can literally just mean walking. I used to always go so hard with the cardio like years ago. Now I don't really do that much cardio, but I just like make sure I'm walking and like moving my body and like doing things you should be doing to like live. Also, like taking care of your body means like taking time away from like social media and like the toxic world that we live in. I feel like it's really easy to get like suckered in and feel like really dampened by things that are going on. And whilst it's like really important to be involved in like the world, I really do think that's important, and I do involve myself a lot in just current affairs. But I do think taking time off is also important, because we're only human, and if we're constantly like subject to negativity all the time, like that will really bring you down. So make sure you are putting your phone down and like actually engaging with the people around you. Like, don't make a habit of being on your phone whilst you're eating with someone or like out. Like, put the phone away and like actually enjoy the time that you have with the people around you, because I feel like we do regret not being present in moments, and I think it is really important to be present at all times, because you just don't know. My last commandment, we're finally there after so much rambling, is to reflect on your inner circle. I know you probably clicked on this video thinking that all my commandments would be like, be hot, dump him, have big boobs, but I think these commandments make you an it girl. Sorry, I haven't even gone through the last one yet, but these points make you a baddie. Like, being a baddie is on the inside. Being a baddie is the choices you make. Being a baddie is how you see yourself, how you show up. It's not about being the hottest girl in the room. I'm never going to sit here and tell you, well, actually, never say never, because I say things. I just say things, okay? I will possibly never sit here and tell you that, like, you need to be the prettiest girl. Actually, no, I would never say that. You never need to be the prettiest girl. You never need to be the girl with the tiniest waist and the biggest boobs and the biggest BBL buoy. You never need to be that person. Like, you need to be a kind person that takes care of yourself and knows who you are. That is what makes you an it girl. That is what makes you a baddie. So if you clicked on this video thinking I was gonna somehow make you lose 10 pounds and you would grow hair, are these viewers bald? Viewers, honey, I don't even have any viewers. I want you to like feel your best version of yourself, and that means doing the inner work. So yeah, but this last point is you need to reflect on your inner circle. I had some advice a few years ago that literally changed my life, and I'm going to share this with you right now. But the people closest to you are a reflection of you, and if those people are not nice people, they will have a huge impact on you, and you need to be very selective about who you want around you. And that does mean hurting people's feelings and letting people go. That does mean that. But if it means that you are not surrounded by negativity, that is most important. I feel like I used to have like really bad friends, and throughout the years, I have had very, very bad friends that did not love me or care about me truly, like on a deeper level. They didn't want to see me succeed. They didn't want to like hype me up, like just nasty people that also have nasty habits themselves. You need to get rid of those people, and whether it's like getting rid of those people or just like, oh, wait, Ethan's in Asda. Babe, we don't have any food for tea. Um, did you pick up any food for dinner? The suspense. It's like people that make you feel weird after you've hung out. Like you don't feel like positive about that interaction. And it might even be just a tiny feeling. Like it doesn't need to be a huge feeling, but listen to that feeling and like think, why do I feel that way? Cut off people or distance yourself from people that don't fill up your cup. So if it's people that leave you feeling empty when you leave, or just have like a negative feeling. Like I've had friends that like actually put me down so much, and I wouldn't even realize it at the time, and then afterwards I would just feel like really about myself. And you shouldn't feel bad about yourself when you leave your friends. Like you should feel like your best self. You'll always know when someone is a secret hater. Listen to that, and here are some examples in case you haven't realized this yet about someone. But I put, they'll make negative comments. I had this literally my whole life with people. They won't consider your feelings, so they won't think of you when they're like making decisions that kind of involve you. They won't think about you. You will not even come to their mind. Like they will only be thinking about themselves. To me, that is not a good friend. Like I know we all have our own priorities, but like I don't want to be around people like that because I think of other people when I make decisions. Don't get me wrong, everyone is different. Everyone's boundaries are different. Everyone's friendships are different as well. But for me personally, like I'm a very sensitive person, and if you're my friend, like you are my friend, you are my ride or die. Like I want to be there for you. I care about you, and I consider your feelings in the decisions that I make. And if that doesn't match, then we are not friends. We can be like loose friends, but you're not a close friend of mine, and I'm very, very selective about who is my close friend, because I know I will be very upset if that person doesn't meet my expectations that I have set, because that is who I am personally. So I have like different like types of friends, but like my close friends like are exactly like me, and that is really important. I also put, they'll make things more difficult for you. So they're not making things easy for you. They're like constantly making things harder for you. And that will show, you will know when someone is being like that towards you. They are not your real friend. Like my friends, like I would never want to make things more difficult for them or like cause them any pain or struggle. So they are not your friend if they are making things harder for you. They won't consider your feelings. I think I already said that. Like, consideration is a really big thing. If people aren't considerate of your feelings, they are not your friend. Yeah, if it doesn't even cross their mind, that is insane to me. I mean, there are plenty of people who are friends who have friendships like that, and that's fine. But you are not my friend if you are like that. They're negative, so someone who's like constantly talking negatively about other people. I noticed this very quickly as well with people. So if they're just like, if they have a friend and they're talking negatively about that friend to me, I know they're doing the same about me to that friend. So I hear these things and I'm like, why is it every time I see you in the first half an hour, like you're bringing up negative things about your friend? Then I don't trust you. Or just being negative in general. I don't like hanging out with negative people. They themselves have unhealthy habits. That is another really big thing. If they are a very toxic person and they have really negative behavior, you don't want that close to you. Like they can still be your friend, but they can't be your best friend, because that will manifest internally onto you as well. And then I also put, they'll encourage bad behavior from you. This is the biggest red flag. I used to have so many friends like this that would encourage me to make bad decisions, and it's because like I said earlier, like people revel in other people's downfall, and like if you are someone that they are jealous of subconsciously, they will love to see you fail. They will love to see you making those bad choices. They will encourage those bad choices from you. Really take notice of who you're hanging out with and like the things that they are saying or like encouraging you to do. Like my true friends would never encourage me to make bad choices, and like when they think that I am, because I definitely have in the past, and I've had so many struggles, like the people who are really there for me and like asked me if I was okay and like asked me the uncomfortable questions and like, you know, pointed out negative behavior, like I might not have wanted to hear it at the time, but like those are the friends that I'm still friends with and are like my dear friends. So if they're encouraging you to like do bad things, they are bad people, and honey, they're jealous of you. They hate you. They actually hate you. So yeah, reflect on your inner circle. Think about who you have in your life. Like the people I have closest to me are such kind people, and other people think they're kind people as well. Like my best friends, like no one would say anything bad about these types of people. Like they would only say positive things, and that's because they are positive, kind people. So yeah, really take note of sometimes you don't want to listen to other people sometimes and what they say about people, but sometimes they are right, and sometimes you should listen to that and like really think about who you're hanging out with. But yeah, those are my 10 commandments of being a baddie. I have really enjoyed filming this. I hope you like this podcast. I hope it helps someone. I wanted to like make this, initially when I made this channel, it was like to make kind of like self-help videos and like fashion videos, but I think I just really wanted to have my own podcast where I just like talk, and it's like just me, and we can just like talk, me and you, the viewers. I want to create a community here that's like, I don't know, maybe like people like me, or like, I don't know, just a community of people who are like very different and feel different, and you know, have had like different hardships or whatever it is. Like I want to be someone who can like, I don't know, create like a positive space. I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect person, and you know, I've had many like failures in my life and like bad times, and I want to be like open about that, and I want to create a space that is for people like me who have, you know, dealt with stuff like that. So yeah, if you have any like questions or you want like advice on anything, this is the email. I feel like no one's gonna email, but I will be glad to answer anything that you've sent. If you're looking for advice, I will try my best to answer your questions. So yeah, just send it to this email right here. Well, this message is Poog approved. And yeah, this is to all my hotties, all my bimbos out there, all the dumb blondes who aren't actually dumb and are giving Paris Hilton house down boots. This is for you. I love you guys. Thank you for watching this first episode. If you made it to the end, I literally appreciate you so much. So yeah, my socials will be below if you want to follow me. And yeah, bye.